Treves, here we are, we're in on the beaches of Poverty Bay here somewhere, closer down to the mouth. And we normally go, the shack's just back up there where we used to normally go fishing. Oh, try something different. But I think I've struck a place that's very, very shallow. The breakers, I can't cast past the breakers, they're too far out, so it's pretty shallow here. But you never know, you might just get a kahawai or something like that, eh? If we don't try, we don't know. Looking at the clouds around here today, it looks like we're going to get some rain at some stage of the day, tomorrow. Another great day on our Lord Treves. A little bit of a cool breeze coming from the nor'wester up there, eh? I think we might move camp back to the shack, eh? It's only about 100 yards up the beach here. Got a bit of an undertow here, pulling towards Gisborne itself. And looking at where we'd normally go fishing, mate, it looks a lot better than here. Some of these waves breaking about 100 yards out here. No, you can't cast it far, not the surf cast it. I can't. Just give it another few minutes. Then I'll go and put the rod out there and then we'll move the truck down. Don't often fish low tide off the beach. I don't know, it's just not me, eh? But I don't mind doing a bit of rock fishing and stuff. I enjoy that. Might have a look at, might shoot around Waitanui and have a bit of a fish out there or something like that one day. Going to move back up to the shack, Treves, eh? It's not that good here, mate. It's really, really shallow here. I'm going to go back where there's a hole just up here. Hey, Treves, we're back at the shack here. I'm just going to go and get the truck and bring it back over this way. Back again, Treves. Hope you kept an eye on that line. I better wind this in anyway because I don't think there'll be much bait left on that. was a big hunk of seaweed to catch too. I could have sworn there was a fish on there the way it was pulling. It was definitely a fish on, eh? But there, you know, these things happen. You've got to walk out about 50 yards in the water, but it's only about this deep. It's only ankle deep, eh? That way we get right behind the breakers here. There was definitely a fish on there, Chess, but that doesn't matter, that's the way things go. So at high tide, Trevs, this is low tide here, you can see it goes down quite steep and it's quite deep, so high tide we're probably fishing out into deep water right out here. Beautiful day out here, Trevs. There's definitely some rain on the way, there's no doubt about that. Look at what I'm seeing, the boat's either going to be tonight or tomorrow. Going to have one more cast, Trevs, and I'm not going to fish here, I'm just going to keep pulling in weed, eh? I just paced that back and it was exactly 60 paces. So by walking out there, so really so you could probably walk another 20 or 30 yards further if you wanted to. I think Queen's birthday, we might, it depends on the weather, might shoot over to the Bay of Plenty, eh? Just see what happens. I've been talking about it. I think they've got a little muckle, they're raising a muckle, they're second generation. And got to make sure she's catered for. Well, not too many people have got their poles out today, Trent. Only us. Last cast, guys. I'm going to scarp it. Caught 2 hunks of seaweed and lost a fish. I think it should have been the other way around. We should have lost the seaweed and caught the fish. Never mind. Praise Jesus. Every day's a good day in our Lord. Here's a bit of a story for you, Trevs. About how Hoary and Rangy met each other, eh? It goes a bit like this. In the bad, bad lands of New Zealand, many years ago, old Hoary met his Rangy. She was having a big powwow. Chakawera, chakawera, chakawera. She was dancing round the fire with a beautiful long black hair. And old Hoary marched right in there and swept her off her feet. Took her back to his cabin and married her right in there. That's the story of Hoary and Rangy and how we did meet. It's just beautiful being out here, Trevs, even though we don't catch anything, sometimes it's just good to be out here. It's like coming down here camping. I love it, mate. Just cooking over the fire and listening to the sea and having your freedom, mate. You know, everyone born again in Jesus, mate, is a free man, free from slavery. Mullet fillets, grey mullet, in a bag of mussels. I think Mum's going to make some creamy, chowdery thing out of those. And I'm going to cook up the mullet, bit of butter and lemon and ground pepper and all, you know, all the goodies, Trevs. Alright, Trevs, here we go, rock and roll time. Oh, Trevs. A little bit skinny these mussels, eh? A little bit skinny these fellas. Keep missing that thing, Trevs. This is a better one, Trev. He's a bit more full of that fella. Nice and juicy too, eh? Grow hairs on the chest, Trevs. Yep, well, I can hear a boo-bar, the wah-wah down there. This one's a skinny one. Boo-bar, the wah-wah's our little muckle. Oh yeah, no, this is a skinny mussel, this one, man. Wow. These mussels are really skinny, Trevs, eh? Doesn't matter. It's the way it is that time of year too, I suppose, coming into winter and all that, eh? Shortest day next month, that means spring will be on the way. Summer and spring, eh? I prefer summer than spring, personally. Especially as far as mowing lawns go, anyway. They're really quite skinny and they're small. I mean, we worked on the mussel boats up the southern Kuiper, Trevs. That's where I used to work back in the 70s. They had to be a span across on your hand, the mussels. Otherwise you throw them back. I think we got $1 a potato sack in those days. Hey, it was quite good money. I actually really enjoyed that job. And I worked on a boat called the Grey Ghost, it was called. It was an old Navy ML, mail launch, Navy patrol boat. I think probably from the Second World War or something like that. And a great old boat. And the colour of it, it was called the Grey Ghost because it was painted grey. And I'll tell you what, man, from the distance, you could hardly even see that boat up against the land, eh? So good camo colours. Yeah, it was Glenn Gill, I think was the name of the guy who had that boat. He used to live in Evans Road, so did I, in Parakai, South Kuiper, back in the day. I was on Pat McCarthy's block up there, and that was $10 per head per week for the house, to rent the house. Had a coal range and a chip heater and a open fire. Beautiful old house, mate. Used to cut firewood back up there back in the day. Manuka. I think in those days we were getting $5 a shipping tonne for doing the firewood. Bit cool today, Trev. Looks like we're in for a heavy rain warning here today. It's the 29th of May 2022. It's a Sunday. Heavy rain warning tomorrow. One bottle for the bubba, Trevs. This is a second generation child, eh? Gosh. Well, that's the wow taken care of for 5 seconds, mate. Boo-bar the wow is what I call it. The Māori name is Amaya. Hey Trevs, just getting the frying pan ready, cook a bit of bacon, heap of their, whatever Mum's cooking up to them mussels. So I do know that there's bacon and mussels all together. Yummy yums. Just about there, Trevs. Oh, grow ears on the chest, Trevs, eh?
Put them in whole.
Oh, yeah, here's somebody you haven't seen for a while, Trev. My baby. Isn't she just a doll? Look at her, trying to hide behind old Hoary here, eh? Gee, I don't know.
Love it, Ori.
You love it. Look at that bunion on it. Just hacking up some onions here, Trevs, and going to get the mussels. Mum's going to make some sort of chowder stuff. Look at that baby of mine, eh?
I love Mum because she brings home the bacon. You remember that ad?
Oh, I do. That's quite yummy, Trev. Oh, you want me to hack those up, do you? Oh, look at this beautiful henny of mine. Just dicing a few mussels here, Trevs. Mussels, onion, bacon, garlic, salt,
Right.
ground pepper, cream, turmeric,
Kia ora.
and kia ora from my
So-
wahine.
Ori went and got some mussels from Pack and Save.
Oh, I could have said I died for them.
Just going to make a little bit of mussel chowder. Just a real quick one. So we've got, I don't know, about 30 grams of butter. You can put in more depending on your liking.
Yummy, yummy, yum, yum.
Got some onions, some bacon.
All their chopped up mussels, diced onion, bacon, garlic and all the goodies, mate. All the goodies.
Yeah, so we're just going to do a very quick mussel chowder, I suppose. And we're going to add these bacons in too.
Is that Ho Tutu dog? Isn't she just a lovely lady?
But as I was saying, we got, I don't know, about 20 to 30 grams of butter. You can put in a lot more if you like. We're just going to make a mussel chowder.
It's 2 to 3 ounces, mate. Just fancy a hunk of seaweed pinching my fish.
So over there we've got onion, bacon. I thought I'd try some bacon. I never tried bacon in with it, but we'll try it. And of course we've got chopped up mussels. And there's the cream, salt and pepper and turmeric. Also got crushed garlic. Yummy. So now we're just heating. How does it go? Heating up some butter. And then we're going to throw in, I don't know, probably about, about half a tablespoon of crushed garlic. Add some diced onions. We'll just saute the onions and the garlic together. And the butter.
No hairs on the chest, Treves.
Anyway, so that's almost ready. And put those together.
One dogget, one mogget.
Alright, now I'm going to chuck in the mussels, or the mussels. Just add a bit of pepper because we've got to add some bacon in there too, and I don't want to add too much salt because with the bacon in there, add some turmeric.
Get my smiley one. And she just sits and style.
Oh no, just to your liking anyway.
Is that to your liking?
Well, it's to mine.
Oh, okay.
And probably just let that cook for a bit.
Looking good, Treves. Treves. Corn flour. This thickens it up, Treves. For those of you who don't know, this is mullet. Well, we're going to need to put that on the plate because this is cooking pretty quick. Praise Jesus. What a good hearty feed for this cooking tonight, Treves, eh? 17:55 hours and all is well in camp, Treves. Look at that, Treves, eh? Yummy. It looks so yummy we better put some more on. Look at that, eh? Smoke effect. Oh, Treves, you don't know what you're missing. There you go, Treves. Mullet, mussels, cheddar. There's that beautiful little wahine of mine over there. Catch you next time, Treves.